Hey, what is up guys, and welcome to more Battlefield 4. This time we're playing some Conquest on Parasol Storm, and I am the boat captain. Now as you can see, I've just bailed out of my boat because I wanted to take that third boat. That third boat is going to make the difference between your team winning and your team losing. Now the way to get this is as soon as you spawn, get to the A flag, cap it, and then that boat's going to spawn there. And that's being the third boat is going to give you a huge advantage on the battlefield, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Now first things first, what is my setup for the boat? The attack boat I have as follows. I have 30mm cannon because I've run a lot better with a 30mm one. They do a lot more damage. Obviously you do get less shots, but they will do a lot more damage. I run my secondaries, my TV missile. Always make sure that your TV missiles take a little bit of time now to reload. I think it's been addressed in a little patch or something. They've not really told us maybe about it, but they have been addressed a little bit. They still do the same kind of damage, just reload takes a little bit longer for it to reload. I can't remember reading anywhere anything in the patch notes about the boat being nerfed a little bit. Well, the TV missiles being nerfed a little bit, so it takes just that couple of more seconds extra for them to reload, so you just can't spam them all the time. I'm running the active protection. Why? Because an active protection gives me that chance to escape the battle when I really need to. They could have a couple of guys firing MBT laws at you, and as we all know, the MBT law doesn't really require that much skill to aim. All you do is just point it towards a target and shoot it. Even if you miss, chances are you're probably going to get a hit anyways, because the MBT law does guide itself to the target. Now, and that's one of the things with the attack boat. The attack boat is really weak against that sort of stuff. It only takes 2 or 3 RPGs to decide to whatever you're going to take it, and you will be immobile. You won't be able to move, and unless you have somebody in the back of your boat repairing you, you are going to be stuck in the water. So you're basically going to be a sitting duck, and somebody in the Q5 or the A10 is going to take you out instantly. Even though having a couple of guys fire RPGs at you, fire MBT laws at you, they will take you out very, very fast. Now, one important thing to remember when you are the captain of the boat is know when to go in and to get out of a fight. There's no point you going in when there's a boat shooting at you and there's two, three guys on foot firing RPGs or MBT laws at you, because you're never going to win that fight. My advice is use your TV missiles carefully. Know when to shoot your TV missile. Shoot the first TV missile. If you get it most of the time, I would say 90% of that time it's going to be a disable. You don't really have to use both of them, just in case you might have an extra boat coming. If you don't have an extra boat coming, you can go ahead and use both of your TV missiles on him, therefore giving you a huge advantage over him, because you only have to hit him one more time with your 30mm cannon, and that's pretty much it for him. He's going to be done. Even if he does have somebody in the back of his boat repairing and has somebody else shooting at you, hitting him with a TV missile twice plus a 15 round 30mm shot into his boat will have him destroyed. And that is the key to keeping this alive and keeping this powerful advantage over to your team is keeping this on the move. Know when to go in and know when to back out. Always have to be careful about going into places where you can't get out. Don't know your limits, know what you're doing with the boat, and you will be fine. I'll keep the boat alive as much as I can without any help needed. Obviously I do run maintenance and you will get your own repairs back, but that does take a while. Obviously you can switch and change to the fourth seat and you can repair your own boat a little bit, but chances are somebody's just going to spawn on it, take it and just drive off and get it destroyed. So it's kind of tricky having to find that balance between you being the good captain of a boat, repairing your own boat, keeping your boat out of harm's way, but at the same time don't actually camp in your own objective, just shooting missiles and stuff like that. And one of the most important things I'd say about a boat is never bail out of your boat. Think of this boat as in Rush. When Rush, tanks are scarce, BTRs are scarce, lavs are scarce, you need to keep this alive. Worst case scenario, you die with your boat. You never get out of your boat, because if you give the boat to somebody like me, I will come next to it and I will see you that you've jumped out and I will take your boat, even though it's 10-12% with the active protection. I can still move. Chances are it's going to take me a little while. I can deploy my active protection. I can deploy a smoke screen or anything that I have unlocked for that particular boat. As soon as I got 10, 15, 20%, I'm going to take this boat straight back to my base, wait for it to regenerate some health, and I'm back in business. And then we have 4 boats. And saying that, I had this incident yesterday. I got somebody's boat, he bailed. Shot 2 TV missiles into him. He was down to about 16% and he just bailed out of it. I got into his boat, took him back to our base. Then we just had 4 boats and we had 2 of our teammates basically sitting on the little island you just see now. We were on the Chinese side, they were on the US, and they were basically just hiding behind this little island and just TV missile towards the enemy base. And nobody could ever come out. And by the time you actually realize what went on, you're already down 800 tickets and you're going to lose it. If it's one of them servers where you have more than 800 tickets. And most of these servers that I play on, they do have 1,000. So it's going to be really tricky for you to keep the boat alive, but you can if you just follow some simple steps. Know when to back out. You can see I'm down to 65% health. I took another hit. I'm down to 39. I'm not immobile yet. There's no point to me turning back or turning around. It could be an A10, there could be a Q5, there could be some other boat, it could be the other smaller boat. Even that can do quite a bit of damage to you. Take a step back, go back a little bit, regenerate some health, and then come back. Not only that you have the third boat, and you will have that huge advantage, because chances are 1 or 2 of your teammates will be in the boat doing the same thing that you are, and they will back you up a little bit. Deploy your active protection, deploy your smoke, and just move as fast as you can. You don't want to be caught in the seas, especially in the high seas when the storms kicks in. It's going to be a little bit trickier for you to hit stuff with the TV missile. One of my strategy for this, if I end up dying before the storm kicks in, I will change my TV missiles to the Zuni rockets. Now the Zuni rockets do quite a good amount of damage. They reload very fast, and you do get 8 of them. Having 2 30mm cannon bursts and the Zuni rockets will destroy a boat. It's just that simple. You don't need to have the TV missiles all the time, and the TV missiles for me personally are really hard to use when the sea gets really choppy. Now obviously the easiest way of keeping this boat alive is having somebody in the back of your boat repairing you constantly. That's the easiest way, but as you see throughout this round, I didn't really get anybody repairing me. I got somebody a little bit later on, but that was pretty much it. The way to keep this alive and go in for the longest time possible is always to be on the move. Never go into fights you cannot win. Take targets at a longer range when the sea is nice and calm, and when the sea gets a little bit choppy, don't rush him that fast. You can see I haven't died. I still got my TV missiles. Put 2 into the side of him as quick as you can. Fire that really fast, therefore not giving him a chance to realize what actually happened. The sea will help you so many times because it's choppy, and a lot of people will miss the TV missile shot. And I know a lot of people are using the TV missiles now, but a lot of them will actually miss in the choppy sea just because it bounces you all over the place. Now, I did do some testing. I've tested all of the cannons. I've tested the burst cannon with the Zuni rockets. I've tested Zuni rockets with just a 20mm one. I've tested pretty much everything, and the best setup for this boat is the one I'm using, which I've mentioned earlier on. It's the best all way around. There's no way around it. You're going to do a lot of damage to pretty much everything. The one thing that you really need to be careful is to pay close attention to Little Bird. If you have a couple of guys in the back of it, always try and steer your boat towards it so the guys on the back can shoot at the Little Bird. Obviously you can do quite a bit of damage with your 30mm cannon, but one of your biggest threats is the Q5 or the A10. I think that jet is the most overpowered thing in Battlefield 4 today. There's nothing compares to that. It's just way too overpowered, and one swoop of that could have you disabled, and the next swoop you'll be dead, and you wouldn't really realize what just happened to you. It is that powerful. But one of the other things that you should look at, if you're on the receiving end of this and you're having problems, somebody's killing you over and over in the boat. Now if you look between the C flag and the D flag, as you can see behind me, there's a little bridge and there's a boat just coming that way. Put M2 slams underneath the bridge on either side. You can see it right there in front of me where that boat's coming through. M2 slams will kill the boat 100% all the time. I've done it, I've tested it myself a couple of times, it does work. So if you are on the receiving end of this and somebody's killing you over and over, you want to take it down but you're not a very good pilot, or you can't get your hands on the boat, M2 slams under that. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. 50-0, not a bad captain, eh? Out.